Mayor's report. I just have a few things to mention this evening. When we started off this evening, I couldn't have thought of a better way to start off this evening with Lauterbach giving us a financial audit report and status. And I know I was using whole numbers some time ago about the city's deficit when I took office was about 10 million. And what we've done is we've gotten pretty close to cutting it in half, not quite, but close. And we've done that and still ran the city and had balanced budgets. One of the things I mentioned, we had things this week with the tax assessor coming out to the community. One of the things I mentioned was one of the matters I had to deal with, and the council worked with me as well, was we let go of some 43, maybe 50, 60 employees over that time period. Maybe there may have been some positions restored, but not much, but certainly we cut, and we did it during a tough time during COVID, and we got through some very tough time. And I think that we're doing the things that we need to do, and we're trusting one another in getting things done. As a council, I believe that. I think the departments, and I think that we're doing some very good things. And one of the things I talked about when we had members of the community from the 4th Ward here about taxes. Taxes are just not they have a description. When you talk about taxes, they're just not, it's just not a number, it's a description. To me, it's a description because one of the things that we've done is try to make our community inviting to where people want to come and invest. There's been a lot of divestment in many communities in a lot of areas. But we've done some things to clean up our community and make it presentable, try to make it safe, try to work with culture and changing how we think and how we look. You know, as small as it may seem to some people, I hope that green paint, Alderman Jones, out there on that water tower sends a little bit of a message that Markham's not the same. You know, remember you asked about the paint job, so the color, it's not the same. And whether someone thinks that or not, I think that the proof, as they say, is in the pudding. And I'll say that because of just look at the numbers. The numbers are there to say it. You know, we from time to time get naysayers, and we can't, I think I mentioned this, and I'll probably have to come out of my statesmanship in a minute, but because sometimes you have to do that. I apologize if I do that, but it's a shame that some people don't understand certain things, and they're just kind of ignorant to it. That's, you got to say words like that, you know. I mean, some people are just kind of ignorant. That's not a bad word. You know, you could say it where it could be a nasty word, but it's only that way if a person wants to carry that and not do something with it. If they want to really listen and not be ignorant about what's being said. We had some things said during the tax matter the other night, and one of the things that had come up is about the TIF. We've got several TIFs in this community. We've had them way before my time, and the only weapon that a municipality has anywhere, especially in Cook County, one of the highest taxing counties probably in the country, not just in the state. The only weapon we have for incentivizing business is a TIF. And I know that when it came to Amazon coming here, that came up. Amazon is what the tax assessor said equivalent to what a skyscraper is in terms of cost and taxation of what it is of a skyscraper downtown. Well, you know, so we've got a skyscraper sitting in little bitty Markham. What does that actually mean? Well, the first thing I'd ask is, how the heck did it get here? What did we do to get a skyscraper in Markham besides try to incentivize it? Well, I'll tell you one thing we had to do. I know one night, and some of the attorneys were here, when I chased Amazon down the hall at the elevator to make sure they stayed, we had to show them that we were stable and that we're not the same community and that we are better and that we're thinking different. And they believed it. And, you know, we had to do some things to be competitive with Will County taxes. They didn't know what a TIF was. The bean counters in Seattle had no idea in big Amazon what a TIF was. But we told them and explained it, and we stayed there almost till midnight to make sure that we incentivized them to be here. And what came with that? 3,000 jobs and a lot of other things that it's going to bring a magnet to. Just for the ignorance of some that don't know, I'm not saying it in a bad way. Remember, I'm saying ignorance is something that anybody can have. There's no TIF board, unless you want to call the city council the TIF board. This whole council decides on TIFs. We vote on them. By the way, I don't have a vote, not unless there's a tie. But that's how it's governed. And it's a manner in which we're able to take that TIF, and we're able to incentivize and how we deal with tax, and we rebate some of that tax back. We have the power to rebate back money to our residents. I'm not against it. I don't know if there's any money left later on to do those type of things. I wouldn't be against it. I'm a taxpayer. They'd be sending a check to my house too. And some people, by the way, we've got some people, I'm not going to get into a lot of pointing of names, but we got some people out there that think that my tax bill is so significant that they put it out there online. Well, I've been taking and appealing my taxes, and they put pictures of my house online and everything. Well, it's wonderful. I feel like I'm in Hollywood or something, you know? I didn't know I was living that large, you know? But I appeal my taxes, and I'm making sure the data is correct, because we had some people that came in to the taxing issue to get information, and they left out the same way they came. They came out no smarter than they should have been, and listen to all you have to do is continue to appeal your taxes and make sure the data is correct. And if your house is being compared to a brand new house and you're living in a 60-year-old property, shame on you for not appealing it. We have a ton of resources. We have a township assessor that can help you appeal it. You've got your county assessor. And then we're doing everything we need to do to try to get business in here to drive that down. And yes, we are. We're doing it. And that is proof, and we had somebody to say what those numbers are. And so I'm making sure that I make that statement of what we're doing good here in Markham. And anybody that doesn't like it, I say it about people who are not good neighbors, even the good ones that don't agree. No one's holding a gun to anyone's head to live here. It's a free country. You can move whenever you want. If you don't like it, move. I mean, that's what I said the other night to some people in this room, is that I said I'm going to either be part of the solution or I'm going to have to go. I can't stay here and not be part of it to try and make Markham better. And I've been here my whole life too, just like some other people have been here. And one last thing is that when it comes to managing the affairs of the city, it is up to the mayor and this city council to do it. It's not up to, once you go to the polls and you relinquish that authority to us, just get used to it or vote us out. That's that simple. That's how it works. And I'm not saying that in any manner to think that I'm flexing about something, because listen, I'm grateful to be here, but if you send me home, me and my wife wouldn't be upset at all. I've worked as a fireman for 45 years, and I've sacrificed and done a lot of things. And so I'm still just as committed. And I wanted to make that statement. And I know this council is, and we're all dedicated to making people's lives better. And that's what we're here for. We know why we're sitting here. It's not a picnic up here to try and take care of a lot of people that don't get it, ignorant and ungrateful. You have that, but so what? We'll try and educate you along the way and make us all better, make us all strong together. So moving on, I'm just not going to let anybody make a mockery of Markham. I'm not here for that. I'm not a pushover. I'm here. I was elected. I'm going to do a job. I'm going to stand tall too. Like some people say they're going to stand tall. I'm going to stand tall too. And I'm going to run the city as I should. Or you should run me out of here. That's how it should be. So anyway, every once in a while, I guess I got to make those mayor statements. I guess that's what I did tonight. But anyway, I stand by getting our taxes down for everybody and protecting everybody and make it a better community. And I know this council does the same, and I'm proud of our city council, all of you, and all of you work hard. Last couple items just is that I want to congratulate Flora Bryant. Just touches my heart. Listen, if you don't know her, you should try and get to know her real quick. I'll tell you, 100 years, my goodness, that's just a blessing. Just to hold someone's hand that's been here for a century. I don't know what it would do to you, but I know what it does to me. Just to touch that individual that's been here for 100 years is just awesome. It means a lot, and I know that woman had a lot of prayer for me getting into office, and so I'm really grateful for her. She can pray for me anytime. So let me tell you. So with that, we'll go over to Mr. Champion. Good evening. And by the way, the water tower, I am happy about that water tower.